Most people delay investing for one simple reason. They think they need a lot of money first. Many do not realize they could start with as little as $1, and waiting may deprive their future self of significant gains. In this video, I'll debunk this myth and explain how waiting could cost far more than starting small. Hello everyone, welcome back to Finance with Lisa Taylor, where we make money matters simple to understand. Before we begin, I want to be clear that I am not a financial advisor, and nothing on this channel should be taken as personal financial advice. Everything shared here is for general educational and informational purposes only. Investing always involves risk, including the possible loss of money, and every person's financial situation is different. Before making financial decisions, always do your own research and consider speaking with a qualified financial professional who understands your personal circumstances. Okay, so one of the biggest myths about investing is that you need thousands of dollars before you can begin. In reality, many people begin with much smaller amounts. In fact, you can start with as little as $1, and in future videos I'll show you how. Many people think, I'll start investing when I have extra money. But all too often years go by and they never seem to have extra money. This is where many people unknowingly lose valuable time, because even small amounts may matter far more than people expect when time is involved. Someone who starts today with a small amount and makes regular, consistent contributions may end up wealthier than someone who waits years and then contributes much larger amounts. Not necessarily because they invested more, but because they gave their money more time to grow. Time is one of the most powerful parts of investing. I'll explain compound interest more deeply in another video, but for now, there is a reason Albert Einstein is widely credited with calling compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. In a nutshell, your money may begin growing, and over time that growth may begin adding growth of its own. That process is commonly called compound growth, and over many years it can create a much larger difference than most beginners expect. This is why many experienced investors often say the hardest part is not choosing what to invest in. The hardest part is simply starting early enough for time and compound growth to do the heavy lifting. Even a very small amount each month helps create the habit. The first amount does not need to feel impressive. What matters most is learning how to start and staying consistent. You can always invest more later if your income increases. Many people delay for years, thinking they will begin when life feels more stable. But later often arrives faster than expected. Before long, many wish they had started sooner, even with very small amounts. But before investing anything, there is one mistake many beginners make without realizing it. They open an account, deposit money, and believe they are investing, when in many cases, the money is simply sitting there in cash. For Canadians, one very common example is a TFSA, a tax-free savings account. Despite the name, a TFSA does not have to function like a regular savings account. It is simply the type of account. What matters is what goes inside it. Depending on your financial institution or brokerage, a TFSA may hold investments such as ETFs, stocks, mutual funds, or other qualified investments. That means opening the account alone does not create growth. The money still needs to be properly invested. This is exactly where many beginners become confused, because opening the account feels like the final step, when really it is only the beginning. For many beginners, broad diversified ETFs are often discussed because they spread money across many companies instead of relying on one. That can help reduce risk, although all investing still carries risk. In future videos, I'll explain ETFs in more detail and mention some popular examples. The most important point of today's video is that a person who invests a small amount regularly may build more wealth over time than someone who waits to start later with larger contributions. For many beginners, the hardest part is simply making that first contribution and sticking with it. So now that you know you do not need a large amount to begin your journey toward financial independence, I hope investing feels a little less intimidating. In another video, I'll explain investments many beginners hold in their accounts, because people often open the right account but still choose the wrong investments for their goals. If that interests you, feel free to subscribe so you'll be notified when it drops. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back for my next video.